We go to Miami's best player, Jimmy Butler, and get his take on stopping Jokic. Let's see what Jimmy had to say.
Guarding him as a team with all five guys. You know, he does everything so well. And we're going to have to be in the gaps. We're going to have to gain rebound. You know, we can't have defensive lapses. And we're just going to have to get after it. I think at the end of the day, he's a major key, as DJ Khaled would say. And we're going to have to lock in.
It's never good when you're quoting DJ Khaled as a defense for how you're going to try to win. And another one. And another one.
And every bucket. Every Jokic bucket is another one.
You're going to be saying that a lot. Listen, I have a mad respect, as you guys know, as we all do, for Miami Heat getting to where they got to, especially, having the fortitude to come back in that Game 7. I know Tatum got hurt and all that, but, they still had to play a good game to win Game 7 on the road against Boston. And I also recognize the stat we gave you yesterday that, teams with 9-10 days off before Game 1 more often than not lose Game 1. Now, you made that point, I thought, very well stated yesterday, but I just think this is a different ballgame, man. I think, the Miami Heat, as great as the run has been, is going into an unstoppable guy in Jokic and a team, that we discounted all year. Let's all take ownership of it. We talked about the Suns with Durant and the Lakers when they made their trades at the deadline. And, oh, look, all of a sudden Westbrook's helping the Clippers out. And all the different storylines we had. And this team kept their mouth shut, said nothing, and dominated everybody. And I'd love to say this series goes 6 or 7 because I'm a fan. And I have no rooting interest. But as a guy who watches a lot of basketball and has the respective Joe Dumars, I got to be honest. I've tried my hardest. I sat down even with Basketball Jones last night. Let's walk through it. You can't come up with a way that the Denver Nuggets don't win this series. You can't.
Denver Nuggets are playing lights-out basketball from December on. They're in Denver. They come on late. Nobody in the West Coast is watching them. They just go out and they play their same game each and every night.
Right.
And they play hard, and Mike Malone has them playing well, and Mike Malone has them focused.
Yeah.
He has them ready to play this series. He's making them understand, get all the clutter, keep all the clutter out of your heads. It's about one thing. It's about winning the championship, and that's all it is. And we're not going, disgruntle or talk bad about the Miami Heat. We're just going to say what's good and come out here and play the way we play, and that's it. And you're right. It's going to be hard to beat this team in a 7-game series. It's going to be hard to beat this team in four games.
Yep.
But if anybody can do it, the Miami Heat has the pedigree, and they have the to get it done. Yeah. And they're gonna have to bring what they did against Milwaukee,
against
New York,
what they did in every series.
Boston.
They're gonna have to
bring that and then more.
Yes.
And he's right about guarding Jokic.
Team.
The whole team is gonna have to guard Jokic. The whole team is gonna have to help and get back. But the bad thing about Jokic is he's a great passer.
Right.
And when he gets into his passing zone, where he's making these great bounce passes, these great passes over your head, these lobs and everything, it's going to be tough. You can't give him everything. You can't give him 30 points and 15 assists and 15 rebounds.
Yeah.
You got to take something away. So I believe that they're going to take his passing away, let him score, let him get his rebounds, but let's take some of his passing away so he won't create easy shots for his team.
I'd rather take his scoring away because I'd rather have him. I want other guys to beat me. I want the other guys I'd rather defend those other guys and have them beat me and just have him being facilitating. Because if he's facilitating and scoring buckets,
you're in trouble.
We got a problem. You know what I mean? And as much as I love Miami and I think they got fight, I think they got heart, I think their will to win is unmatched. I just think they're outmanned in this one.
Now, to be fair, they played twice this year, and while the Denver Nuggets won both games, they were both close. Yep. They beat them by 5 the first time, by 4 the second time. Mm-hmm. And you listen, there's no such thing as moral victories, but from a fan standpoint, you have a rooting interest. Your number's retired by the Miami Heat. We totally respect that. I also love your key to this series is, and I wrote it down here, where you just said moments ago, the Miami Heat need to have how do you spell that? Was that?
It's like UMPH.
You know what it means.
UMPH.
UMPH.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, it's not it's
Yeah.
I'm gonna say another thing I'm gonna say about Jokic. You know, you right about that. And how he facilitates. You always got to take something.
You got to take one thing away.
One thing away.
Yeah, but it's easy to say that, but
it's hard to do.
The dude still averages a triple-double.
in the
He's
flow of the
7
game,
feet. He's 7 feet.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
And he can dribble.
And when you play teams during the season, you play them one time at home and one time at your home.
Right.
But you playing other teams. So it's like I'm playing the New York Knicks tonight, and then tomorrow's the Denver Nuggets at home. So you're really not prepared to play them when it's time to play
Or
them
your
the next game.
focus isn't what it is like in a series.
Yeah, like in a series. So right now, and then they only had 2 days to prepare for them.
Yeah.
Where, kind of like the Denver Nuggets, they had like 9 days to prepare for both teams.
Yeah.
And they do run both teams' offense and their trigger points and what they like to do while they watching the games and don't know who they playing yet.
Tim, do you like the fact that Miami's coming off fresh off the
Yes,
last
I do.
series
Yes, I
and
do.
Denver's off the layoff?
Yes.
Do you like that?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because, the Heat is in rhythm. The Nuggets are not in rhythm right now. They're gonna be rusty a little bit. They're gonna be tired. When they in practice, they're not really running game.
Pace.
Situation, pace, and everything. They in there don't want to hurt nobody, don't want to step on nobody's toes. All right, I put a hand up. I'm not bumping and grinding you. I'm not really playing no defense on you. So it's a totally different atmosphere when you're in practice.
He got excited. Tim was excited for games.
Yeah,
I can tell. I can tell.
Tim said if the Nuggets win, he's shaving the mustache.
I did not say
which
that.
he has not done in
No, they got
32
to do
years.
that.
No.
Yeah.
You do not want me to shave my mustache.
You have not-
You do not want me.
That is your
I would look like a
signature
criminal.
look. Yes. The signature look of Tim Hardaway is going away for a couple weeks if the Denver Nuggets sweep.
That confident.
Yeah, that's right. I've never seen the man without the little mustache. on top.
Ever, I don't think.
That
Ever.
spectacle.
I've seen the
So,
full goatee.
If I walk in here without my mustache, you're going to be like, who is that?
Meanwhile, watching Jokic blossom into one of the great players in the game
yes.
is also a good lesson for all of us that we should never judge a book by its cover, right? Because I'm going to show you a picture. You tell me who this guy is, and if you could have ever predicted that this guy would have become a two-time MVP in the NBA. In the NBA.
Hey, look at those.
Those are some fresh nipples right there.
They really are.
By the way, you're allowed to show the boys' nipples. You don't have to put my face on them.
Same complexion. Same
I guess
complexion.
Fox Censor said no nipples. But look at that kid. That's a kid who did not get a lot of aerobic exercise. Put it back up, please. And that young man right there, a 300-pound teenager who fought bears, is now arguably the best player in the National Basketball.
Yes.
Not the NFL.
No.
That dude right there is the best basketball player, arguably, on the planet.
That guy could have been a pulling guard if he wanted to. That guy right there. Jeez.
No joke, right?
Right then and there.
Yeah, in this moment.
I'm not going to lie to you, that looks a lot like me when I was 10.
Now, one of the side stories, Cody, I'll give it to you later, don't get excited. One of the side stories, of course, has been the historical bad blood. We talked about it yesterday while Vic was in Europe, and that is the bad blood that dates back to this Yahtzee, the forearm to Morris from behind, and then Jimmy Bucket saying, let's go meet outside if you want to fight here. It came up. Obviously, it's a storyline that there's some bad blood maybe between Jimmy and the Denver Nuggets. And Jimmy Butler addressed the bad blood that goes back to 2021. Here's what Buckets had to say.
I don't think so. I think there's a lot of, stuff about the whole situation that people don't understand. And I'll let that, stay back there. But I don't think it has too much to do with anything. It's a thing of the past, high-level competition. But I will say I wasn't talking to Jokic. That wasn't my beef, so make sure you write that. And the individual who I was talking to definitely know who I was talking to.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought he was obviously talking to Jokic because Jokic is the one who forearms Morris from behind and actually knocked him out for a good month or so. So, Timmy, who was he talking to?
I'm quite sure our research people is going to find out who he was definitely talking to. Somebody is going to come up with who he was talking to before this game starts tonight.
Few hours.
Right. Like, you got to go back and look at the roster, try to figure out who's jawing back and forth.
Watch the footage.
It was 5 people.